Hi, my name is Jessica McCullough, and today I'm going to be talking about my research project, which was technology and education, how technological advancement changes the way students learn. So this was actually, it was a little bit like the topic I had for my first IDS class. Um, and when I chose this topic, as an educator, it's very important to me that students learn and that they're actually learning in the classroom. And a lot of time with technology, um, it cuts off a lot of that focus, especially even if it's technology at home. I've witnessed a lot of kids who just want to go home and play their video games, or who just want to go home and watch a movie or watch Netflix. Like, they don't care about learning. So that made me think a lot about this topic. So for my paper, I had, let me, so we've all seen it. We've all seen the technology in the classroom. We've seen the advancements um, that technology has made. I mean, things like AI, it's insane, which also goes along with learning. That's not really something I touched on in my paper, but it's definitely an important thing to talk about, how much AI has entered students' brains, knowing that they can use it now. My first topic for the paper was technology and learning. This was all just about technology infiltrating the classroom, and how it affects learning. Mostly students focus, as I said, um, like how they're sitting there, all they're thinking about is how they want to go home and play their video games, unfortunately. My second topic was education and technology. My third topic was education and psychology. And then my last one was the COVID-19 pandemic. The first topic and the second topic, they kind of go hand in hand, obviously. I wanted to see, I have a lot of sources. There's a couple of sources that I have about kids in different countries, which is something I wanted to touch on because I know America, of course, has a very different approach on education than a lot of other countries do. And it's not as I don't want to say it's not as important in America, but it doesn't seem to be as important in America as it is in other countries. So I was curious to see if the focus was still there and everything, even with all of this technology, because I mean, they have it too. It's not just us. Um, so I wanted to see that. And obviously, I found that most classrooms now, they do integrate technology, which I think can be a good and a bad thing. Um, but it's a lot of the teachers either are for it or they're not for it. And the teachers that are for it and integrating it correctly, they're the ones whose students are going to excel. And the teachers who refuse to integrate it are the ones who are holding their students back. While also they may be excelling, but it's holding them back from everything they have to learn to live in this world. And it's important to know how to use technology. And that's something that gets taught in a classroom, but not when it's too much, because when the technology becomes too much, then it's students are just more focused on the technology than anything else. Um, Education and psychology. This was my favorite part of my essay. And that is because I there's a lot that goes in with learning and your psychology, especially with mental health, um, just the way that you see yourself, like which goes with mental health, your body image, the way you learn, your social learning, gets everything with that is in psychology, and it affects your education. And I've seen it in myself. I've seen myself get to a point where I've felt so learned helplessness. Like I've felt that learned helplessness, and I've just given up. And usually and then I go and play or watch something on my computer. But one very important thing that school gives students is that social learning and that social education. And if kids are buried behind a computer screen all day at school and they're able to use stuff during recess, which I've seen at different schools, they're able to use technology during recess, they're not learning how to socialize with other students, and they're not learning how to make friends or how to be a person in this world. And I think that's a super important part of education and what kids learn in school. And of course, mental health goes into learning too. I mean, if a student's mental health isn't good, they're not going to learn correctly. And I think, I don't know, putting computers in front of kids, it doesn't help mental health. I mean, they're not dumb. Those kids are smart. I mean, they're very smart even at a young age. They know how to use Google. Like, they know how to search things up. They can look up anything, and that goes into controlling technology as well for students, and parents controlling it when they get home from school, which is not a thing that happens really, I've noticed as a teacher. um, my last topic was the COVID-19 pandemic, and this took everything. I mean, like, this took everything for teachers to teach during the pandemic. It took everything. Older teachers who don't know how to use technology, they were forced to learn how to use technology. I mean, it was a godsend for teachers to be able to teach, but kids learning through a screen, I know it didn't work for me, and I can't imagine it works for other students. Excuse me. But the COVID-19 pandemic gave teaching a whole new meaning. Um, Teaching from behind a screen, learning from behind a screen, it's something that you didn't have to do unless you chose that for yourself. You chose to be homeschooled, or you chose to go on online school. And that is something I think that should stay a choice. um, Kids sitting in front of a computer all day, they're going to think that that's the normal, and they're going to want to sit in front of the computer all day. I mean, because when kids are done class, what are they going to want to go do? Or what do their parents do for them? They turn the TV on, probably, for the most part. Parents are busy. A lot of parents don't have time to sit there and play dress up with their kids, unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true. And so controlling that internet use and making sure that they're going outside and touching some grass, it may not happen. It's not something that's easy to do, but it's something that needs to be done. Um, and then I just wanted to share my conclusion as well. So my conclusion reads: children have become more affected by technology and its advances throughout recent years due to greater access of different technologies in and out of the classroom. Studies show that this increased use of technology hurts students' focus and academic achievement in school. Though research is still ongoing, the pandemic seems to be making this issue more pressing. Ultimately, we can conclude that technology does show it has benefits within and out of the classroom, but the constant use of technology hurts both the mental and physical health of children and adolescents. So this basically, it obviously concludes the whole paper, but it does summarize what I wanted to say for this paper. I mean, technology, it has its benefits, but it also has its downfalls, and it's a great thing. It is an amazing thing that we have the internet that we have, and we have the technology, that we have, especially in medicine use and everything, even in technology. The fact that we were able to teach during a worldwide pandemic is it's amazing, but it's not the way that kids are supposed to learn, and it's not the way that kids are supposed to be taught. And I think that it's a very important issue to look at and to study and to really take close attention to. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.